Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 2020 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit that bell notification button. Now before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become centered, at peace. Feeling the weight lifting off from your shoulders as calm settles over you. All right. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, August 2020 money and career. 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 Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, show me clearly. I love that. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. One bonus card. All right. Then let's see what your chakra has to say for this time. Sagittarius, August 2020 money and career. Sagittarius, August 2020 money and career. Sagittarius, August 2020 money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, wow. Okay. And show me clearly. So you have here 5, which is beautiful. Intense chakra messages coming through because you do have so many, meaning that you're going to be really in tune with the energy around you, which can also be a bit overwhelming. So do be mindful of that as you are embracing life, as you are moving forward, the energy of things. And with the state of the world as it is, the intensity of that energy can be hitting you a bit hard. So we have here self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. You are going to be feeling things a lot more intensely within your gut. You are going to be looking at things and really thinking, well, how does that equate to me? How does that align with me? What is it that I'm seeing here? And that's going to be a very important thing for you, because as you're moving forward, as you're embracing your passion, your creativity, you're embracing your prosperity, you're looking at your career, the reason why you get up in the morning, your passion here, this is going to be a sense of discipline coming in. This is going to be a sense of inspiration following you. And this is going to be a sense of alignment. You're going to feel things within yourself really starting to align. And you're starting to look at things and be like, oh, okay, I see it. Oh, okay, I get it. There's going to be, those moments where it's like, oh, I understand. So that's going to be moments of alignment come in. And that's going to be really quite beautiful for you. And then we have the sacral chakra right here with creativity. This is a sense of embracing your own personal creativity. This is letting that creative energy flow through you and becoming a part of you. This is sexual energy also being very prevalent during this time. So if you can harness that energy, saying like, okay, I'm going to create in this arena, instead of being sidetracked, instead of, having my mind wander or, thinking of just personal pleasure, I'm going to think of, the power that is coming forward, the way I can harness this, because this is going to be something that really releases you from a lot of negativity from this life, from past lives, from what you've inherited DNA wise, when you've had trauma in your DNA, in your past lives, even in your life now. And you're looking at things and it's like, okay, instead of escaping or instead of, hiding away from things, I'm going to embrace my creativity head on. And I'm going to use this to better myself, to move myself forward. And that's going to be something really powerful for you during this time. It's like, no, this energy, it's mine. It's mine and I'm utilizing it. Then we have the I Am Presence. The I Am Presence is my favorite chakra card because it's the crown chakra, it's the mind, but it's saying, how do you define yourself? What is your I Am Presence? I am strong, I am powerful, I am bountiful, I am prosperous, or I am weak. I am never going to be enough. I am overwhelmed. I am, not going to be able to move forward. And here, as you're looking at things, you're saying, no, I get to be positive. I get to look at myself as a success instead of a failure. These things always happen for other people, never for me. I'm not born under a lucky star. I'm always struggling. I'm always working. I'm always, putting my all into things, and I never get that return on investment. It's like, okay, it's time to say, I am that person who wins. I am that person who succeeds. Because once you start changing it within your mind, you're going to start changing it within your whole entire self, in your whole entire life. And that's going to be really quite wonderful for you. It's going to be really quite powerful. The I Am Presence that moves you forward. The words that you say and the thoughts that make up your existence. This then leads you to love, the heart chakra. So as you're coming forward, as you embrace your I Am Presence, as you know your truth, as you have this creativity and self-awareness all around you, it's like, what do I love? What do I want? What do I need? Where does my heart want to be? And what is my heart longing for? And so love is such a powerful part of you during this time. It's like you need to embrace your heart. You do. Because there's going to be a sense of, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, those are just my emotions. Oh, I'm just making a big deal out of nothing. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. This is powerful. This is truthful. This is purposeful for you. Listen to your heart. It has a lot to say. And so often, especially in this world, either we go to the extreme and we let our emotions just kind of like explode everywhere, or we become very rigid. We don't let anybody in. We become very logical. And it's like, no, we need that middle ground. And here with your heart needs that middle ground to be heard, to be loved, to be cherished by you, because it will cherish you in return. And then we have here the soul's healing. And the soul's healing is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And this is a sense of healing light cascading over you. This is a sense of peace and harmony becoming a part of you. This is a sense of love guiding you. And this is a beautiful sense of healing moving you forward. And this is something that you're really going to be relying on during this time, the soul's healing, this sense of love, passion, and understanding. Ooh, let me get these to stand. Okay, there we go. And as the healing comes forward, we have here your personal line, right? Your inner self, your heart, all right? Your emotional self, and your public self, and one bonus card. So as the soul's healing comes, we have you shining through as the King of Wands, which is absolutely spectacular. We have the 4 of Wands, which is success, prosperity, bounty, happiness that cannot be taken away. So that's beautiful. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. You're trying to balance a lot, and you're forgetting to balance you. You're going to sit there and think, oh my gosh, I just have to put myself on the back burner. And that's fine. But it's not going to be fine. Spirit's like, no, it's not going to be fine. You need to make sure that you're balanced, that you're in harmony. And then we have the 3 of Swords, which is knowledge coming in. which is, knowledge of heartbreaks and pains and disappointments, things that can be reminding you of past hurts, of things in your life that you never want to live through again. And with the Three of Swords, what you're looking at here is you're looking at that hurt, that pain, and you're addressing it. You're staring it, head on. And you're like, no, you will not be my defining factor. And as you look at that inwardly, your heart sees you moving forward. It's like, yes, finally addressing things that have held you back for so long. And you look forward. And there's a sense here of childhood sweetness coming, right? But also the past coming forward. So it can be sweetness from childhood. It can also be pain and disappointment and heartbreak. And, you had a beautiful time up to a certain age. It can be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can go on, of course. And then everything just shifted. Everything just changed. And we carry those memories in us. The scars that we have in childhood are so deep because we don't know anything else. The hurts that we experience are the worst pains ever because we have nothing to really equate them to. And so here, it's something from childhood that has a very intense impact. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, you working with others, collaborating, contemplating, understanding. And then it's the Eight of Pentacles, hard work, discipline, dedication. The Two of Wands, I love that. I love that you're the king here. You're looking off over your horizons and you're seeing that the future can be more. And you're seeing yourself as, really holding the world within your hands. The Eight of Cups, now you have the repeat of the number 8 here, the repeat of the number 8, and you have the repeat of the number 3, which is a divine number. The repeat of the number 8 is a very lucky number. It's also a very serious number. And as you are looking at things, you're letting go of something. As you're working hard, as you're seeing, the world move forward, you're letting go of something that's like, it's just not worth it anymore. It doesn't fit. And then you have the Emperor coming in. This is an Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. And this is somebody who is dedicated, determined. It can be somebody coming into your life who embraces that. But this is also you embracing that dedication, that determination, that being the boss of the situation, just having this authority to you. And then we have here the Page of Swords. You're always going to be learning. You're always going to be taking things in. You're always going to be looking at things differently during this time. And that's going to be really rather powerful and really rather beautiful for you. Your bonus card is the Six of Pentacles. You have the repeat of the number 6 here. And the Six of Pentacles is saying balance, balance, balance. You need things to be fair. You need things to be balanced within your work, within your finances, right? Really looking at things. And it can be that you're kind of like, tightening the purse strings just a bit. And for some of you Sagittarians, because you are such lovely people, you have this way of pulling everybody in and being generous and, just so much fun, you're going to have a tendency to want to give. And Spirit is saying right now, make sure you have yourself covered before you give. And I know that might sound selfish and you might think, dang, that's not what we're supposed to do. But we are supposed to take care of ourselves. We are supposed to make sure that we're okay because you're going to be so concerned about balancing everything else. You're going to forget about balancing you. And that's going to be astoundingly important during this time to have that balance, to not be kind of pulled in by, oh, I need help. And of course you're going to be right there. You're always right there, but you have to kind of really lay down limits during this time. It's not being mean, it's not being cruel, it's being logical, it's being fair, and it's being powerfully you. So let's see the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Sagittarius? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people who will be aiding Sagittarius? August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right, these 3. Now remember with the people who aid and also the people we have to be mindful of. These don't have to be necessarily people that we know their sun signs or we know the main signs in their charts. They might be people that we meet randomly. They could be people that we are listening to on YouTube or we're listening to, we're listening to their podcasts or something like that. And we find this really great well of inspiration here with the people who aid. And that's going to be absolutely fantastic, but you might not know their signs. So just be mindful of that. So we have here the Princess of Swords, which I love that you have the Page of Swords. So the princess in the in the Druidcraft deck, it represents the page. Also in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a reinterpretation of the page. And this is somebody who is learning. This is somebody who is taking in knowledge. This is a younger energy, or somebody with a very young presence to their soul. This is somebody who knows. This is somebody who sees things and takes things in. She doesn't, and it would more be a feminine energy, or somebody whose energy just around them is very feminine, very kind of quote unquote feminine, very nurturing, very caring, very supportive. It could be very much so a masculine person, or a person who identifies as male, but it can be that their energy is just super caring, super supportive, super right there with you. And this is going to be this person. This person understands the power of the word, all right? So understands the power of talk, understands the power of expression, understands the power of knowledge. And this person is going to be a person here, and I just noticed this. I mean, how long have I been using these cards? But I see here that she has like a little horn, right here. And it's like calling forth things. She's going to call things forth. And it can be that she ignites this passion within you, this sense of knowledge, a sense of curiosity. And it's a passion for learning. It's a passion for knowing more. And that, of course, is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it doesn't mean that they have to be an air sign. They could be somebody who is very gifted with words, very inquisitive, very knowledgeable, or seeking a lot of knowledge, or has a lot of air sign within their chart. Then we have the star card, which is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. This is somebody who sees soul's wishes, right? This is somebody who kind of just knows. And you're going to be like, how do you know? They just do. And they can't describe it. They can't explain it. They probably don't even know that they're doing it. This is somebody who balances the waters within us, the emotions, the caring, the comprehension, and helps us move forward, flow forward, more than we ever thought we were, and more than we expected to be. And that's going to be really quite beautiful. And then we have, of course, Sagittarius energy. I always forget how to say this. I think it's frailed. But this is the Temperance card. And this is magic. This is somebody who embraces all different religions. This is somebody who's very open-minded. This is somebody who sees how to kind of mix things together, how to pull things together and make something beautiful. And this is going to be a person that you, Sagittarius, are just going to be absolutely drawn to because they have your same Sagittarius characteristics. Now, it can be that at first you guys might be too similar. Yeah, you might see this and be just a little bit too similar. So there could be like this sense of, oh, they don't really get me, but they kind of get you too well. And you kind of get them too well. So there can be this little bit of standoffishness before, the real beauty comes forward, before this real connection guides you, or the wisdom really sets in and you're like, oh, wow, that's what they meant, or that's what was being said, or, you're looking at it in a bigger kind of construct and you're embracing it with a real sense of heart's feeling. And you're going to be like, oh, I see. It's something big. Spirit is saying it's something big that really touches you. But you're not going to be touched by it right away. It's going to be like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Or, oh, that was just kind of silly. Or everybody knows that. And then you're going to have an experience where what this person said here, what this Sagittarius energy said, makes the utmost sense. And you see that rainbow arcing around you. You see that sense of beauty, that sense of blessing. And then we have the King of Wands. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is you, all right? But we also have strong Aries presence, so do be mindful of that. You are a king during this time, meaning that you stand very firm to what you believe. You're not going to feel as if you have the same freedom to roam around as you would like to. That's nothing bad, and it can be from the state of the world that it is, where, everybody's staying closer to home, and that's just logical. And so here with the King of Wands, you're passionate, you're creative, you're determined, you're dedicated, and you have this real sense of rolling up your sleeves and getting involved in things. You're going through a transformation, and that hard work, that dedication is really going to aid in that transformation. There's a sense of you, I just see you tinkering more. It's kind of like being more interested in things at times than people, and that's not a bad thing. It's kind of like, okay, well, let me see those numbers. Let me see that. Let me get this understanding. And instead of being worried about how everybody's going to feel about it, you're going to be really worried with the results, with this kind of putting things together, kind of like solving a problem and a puzzle. Yeah. And it can be with this financial aspect right here, it's kind of like, okay, this is a puzzle. I have to figure it out, and I will be. And you are so determined, so dedicated during this time that, I mean, nobody can really stand in your way. They might try, but they're not going to win. And then you have this happiness. You have this joy coming in, which is absolutely beautiful. And this is a sense of, a job well done. This can be new job opportunities coming your way. This can be passion, creativity, this sense of coming home, of realizing things that makes you feel more rooted within yourself, having a plan that feels like you, and you were never looking for it before. It kind of happened, you stumbled upon it by accident. And here with this Four of Wands, this is a celebration. This is a celebration that really touches you deeply. This can be moving house, or, planning on moving house, looking at things and saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to look at what I desire, what I want, how I want to move forward. And as you do so, you see yourself moving towards a place in your life that you never expected to be, but that feels like coming home. It feels like coming home. And that's going to be so important for you. Now, when this happens, because you are a researcher, you are a thinker, you are a planner, you are a person who will dive deep, you're going to start to want to have everything perfectly balanced instantaneously, to have this blessing just be part of your life right now. And the thing is that you're moving towards it. You're making changes so that this blessing, so that you always walk in this blessing, and you're walking forward saying, I am blessed, I am blessed. Because as you say that, you start to believe it. You definitely start to believe it. And then what's even more beautiful is that you start to see it. And it's like, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. And as you are trying to balance everything towards these blessings, towards this power, what you're going to see is that you forget about you. It's going to be very easy to sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm making mountains out of molehills. Oh, just kind of like, let's push through this. And you're going to find, Sagittarius, if you keep on doing this, if you keep on pushing through things, okay, your body's going to kind of rebel. You might find you get a migraine. You might find that like you stub your toe and you have to stop for a moment. And I'm not speaking any negativity over you. I am just saying that this is what Spirit is showing me. Now, as a Sagittarius rising, I have to say I experienced this firsthand. So, when Spirit is showing me this and it happened so recently, I really want you guys to be able to avoid it. Because if you push too hard, you'll find yourself like, I had to stop because I had a migraine. And it was just so bad for 3 days. And I was like, oh my gosh. So here, it's like, it's that kind of energy that comes forward. It's like, yes, you can push through. And sometimes you do have to. But you're going to want to kind of take things a little bit easier on yourself. Things to be a little bit more balanced, a little bit calmer for you as you move forward. And as you do so, as you're balancing everything, and then you also remember to take care of yourself, you're going to see that things really start turning out in a way that is beautiful for you. In a way that you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this before? Like, why didn't I see this before? And as this comes forward, and because you are taking time for you, and as you are, looking at you, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, the things that we run from start coming up. And it's like, well, why aren't you seeing me? Or aren't you afraid that this will happen again? And you're going to drop the ball, and you're going to, make a mistake. And it's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I got me. I got me. And the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, the heartbreaks of the Three of Swords, it teaches us so much. It really does. It teaches us so much. It has us look at so much. And as we look at it, and as we say, you know what? Yes, I've had heartbreaks and pains. Yes, I've had times where I feel like my heart was just stabbed and broken. But so is everybody. And yes, mine might be different, most definitely. And definitely are more personal because they happen to you. Right? You're not going to be stopped by them and defined by them. It's what's going to define you, Sagittarius, and what is defining you is the way that you move forward after the heartbreaks, after the pains, after the disappointments, after the hurts. And as you do this, a 3 moves into a 3. So a 3 of pain moves into a 3 of celebration, a 3 of new beginnings. And remember, heartbreak and pain and disappointment, it lets the heart open up in a way that we hadn't expected. It lets us see things in a way that we thought, oh, well, it can only be like this. It's like, no. And you open up to this beauty. You open up to seeing your ships come in and your ships go out. You open up to say, I stand before, kind of this archway of my greatness, this power of my truth, and I can move forward. I'm not stuck. I'm on a journey that's so much greater than me that I can't see it all, and that's okay because my angels see it. My spirit guides see it. Divinity sees it and moves me forward with this knowledge, with this power, with this blessing. And as you do so, right, do not be afraid if things from your past start coming up in your heart. You know, where you sit there and you look at it and you're like, yeah, but remember when I messed up? Remember when, I got left back, or when I had my heart broken, or when, my parents broke up and I couldn't fix it. And because when we're little, we think we're supposed to be able to fix everything, because our world, we're the sun, and the world just revolves around us. And it's lovely. It's lovely if everything goes right? But it's also devastating when everything goes wrong, because you see it with little kids. Like, they get so devastated. They have such intense emotions because it's all they know. And that's brilliant. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. But it does make it so that when things don't go right, or when you have scars, they just run deep, and they can run forever before they are acknowledged. And here, it is acknowledging it. It's acknowledging the heartbreak, the pain, the disappointment, the hurt from childhood. It's also acknowledging the sweetness. It's acknowledging things that were done right, and as you move forward, like moments of laughter, moments of joy. And as you move forward in this, you could need to talk to somebody. You really could need to talk to somebody, Sagittarius. Or you can start keeping an angel journal, when you write down how you feel, what you desire, what you want from your life, and you connect it to your angels. And it's like, this is where I want to be. This is how I want to move forward. How do I get there? And it's kind of like this free form conversation with your angels, with your spirit guides. And you're going to see things. You're going to make connections that you never made before. And you can also see that there can be misconstrued notions that you have, especially if you talk to somebody else, where you sit there and you're like, well, I'm supposed to be like this. And the person goes, well, didn't you reject being like that? It's like, yes, but that's still what you're supposed to be, right? And it's like, well, it's not what you're supposed to be. So why are you trying to fit Cinderella's slipper onto your foot when it wouldn't work anyway? You wouldn't have the rag to riches story that Cinderella had. You get to have your own story. And it gets to be better. It does get to be better. And yes, better than Cinderella. Because we don't know what happens next. I mean, I do understand they made a Cinderella 2 and 3 and everything like that. But that's not how the original story goes. That's not the original fairy tale. It is that we don't see. We don't see after the happily ever after the prince. And that's so much of what we don't see in our lives. I was talking to my brother one time, and he said, I don't understand why everybody reversed Cinderellas. You sit there, you have this great big party, you spend all this money, and then you spend the rest of your time trying to pay it all off. He's like, we should properly Cinderella this. And that, I think, is really important. It's like having a Cinderella life, having this beautiful, happy life, and putting our time and our energy into that. Putting our time and our energy into the power and the beauty of the heart. Because as we have that radiance come out from us, right, it affects our career, most definitely. It has us moving forward in a way that we never expected, because there's going to be this kind of secret that we have that, the rest of the world doesn't understand. And it affects us financially, because if you are moving forward in blessings, blessings come. And this is what leads you to the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles here is a collaboration. Now, this could be a collaboration with your angels and your spirit guides and yourself coming together, really looking at things. This could be collaboration with others, really sitting there, gaining an understanding, looking at things more deeply, more honestly for yourself. And as it comes in, you have another 3 here. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. But now you have 3 threes, and that's a divine blessing. This is divinity saying to you, I bless you, I'm moving you forward. I have your back during this time. Don't think you don't. Don't think you're in this alone. And that's what you really need to know, Sagittarius. You're not in this alone. It might feel like you are. You might feel completely overwhelmed. You might feel as if, you'll never head in the right direction. You might think, okay, well, this is a bunch of nonsense. I'm not getting where I want to be. And it doesn't matter if my angels have my back or if they don't. They're not here now, but they are. And Abraham Hicks says, we put into the vortex everything that we do not want. And I am of the firm belief, and have believed this before I ever learned about Abraham Hicks. We learn very easily what we don't want. And we learn it kind of early on. But it's learning what we do want that is the tricky bit. That is harder for us, to have all the components come together. So when Abraham Hicks says we put into the vortex what we don't want, and then we'll get back what we do. It's not an instantaneous return on investment. It is this sense of, I'm putting in there. What I know just does not suit me at all. What wrecks my soul, what does not bring me any sort of happiness, prosperity, success. And what you see is you'll see a trickling coming forward, a very small stream coming forward to say, well, what about this? Look at this. Keep your eyes open, keep your mind open, collaborate, bring in these new ideas, because it's hard work that you're doing to get to this prosperity, to get to this bounty, to get to this beautiful understanding that is absolutely a part of you. And it's like, this is what you've been working so hard for. And it's not going to come in the way that you expect, because Spirit just doesn't work that way. Spirit's just kind of like, okay, you want this. Be ready. Be ready to change things. Look at things differently. Don't sit there and say there's only one path to move forward in. No, there's going to be multitude of paths to take. There's going to be many different ways to look at this. You have to find the one that fits you right. It's like finding that glass slipper that fits you and not trying to fit into somebody else's story, because this is your story. And as you do so, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is a card that has a man holding the world in his hand as he stands between two wands. And it's like, yeah, you hold the world in your hand. You are not this small, insignificant person, okay? Here, you are larger than the world, meaning that your passion, your beauty, your drive drives your world. And you're looking up and over, he's looking down. You're looking over the ocean to say, the vastness of my soul, the power of my emotions comes forward. What do I want? Where am I creating? What do I desire? And so here, you're really looking at this and you're being like, okay, how do I want to move forward in my career? And how do I want me to move forward in my passion? And those are two things that crown you. You have the wands crowning you here, Sagittarius. You have yourself coming through as a king. You have yourself looking forward, looking at things differently. And you have yourself being crowned by this passionate power of holding the world in your hands. And as it comes forward, what you're going to see is that there's this spark within you that needs to be recognized. There's this part of you that needs to be seen. And as you are seeing it, and as you are seeing this part of yourself, and as the world is opening up for you, the Eight of Cups is you walking away from what you once thought you would love. Walking away from something that no longer fits. It's just not right. And for some of you Sagittarians, it hasn't been right for a very, very long time. And you know what? You've come to understand that. And it's become part of your truth. And it's like, no, this isn't right. I need to move forward. And then you become the emperor of yourself, meaning that you're the king, right? And emperors are higher than kings. So this is passion, this is determination, this is focus, this is ruling, this is, I know what I need, I know what I want, and I'm going to get there. And you might say, well, I don't know. But in this public arena, all right, you're looking out over the horizon. It's like, I want more. And you want more career-wise. You want more passionately. You want more in the way that you wake up in the morning and what you're going after. You're leaving something that no longer fits. And now you're getting really serious about things. You might have been really serious about them before. But this is even more. This is more serious. This is more. This is so much more of everything coming forward as you look at the way that you want to move within your life, as you look at the way that you want to collaborate and understand and build. And this passion guides you to cutting through doubts and fears, to being a student of your mind, to not being afraid, because emperors back in medieval times could only be told what to do by kings, not by kings, by the Pope. The Pope was the only one who could kind of tell an emperor what to do. And even then, sometimes if the emperor had a stronger will than the Pope, the emperor would win. And so here, you're going to find that becomes your truth. It's like you have this strong, beautiful, ferocious will. You fight for what it is that you want. You cut through the doubts and the fears. You look at things with different eyes. You see things much more clearly for yourself, but also much more passionately and profoundly. And as this comes forward, the Six of Pentacles is like there's a balance that comes in. And this balance comes through setting boundaries. This balance comes through knowing your truth. This balance comes through patience and understanding. But it also comes through the fact that you will not be taken advantage of anymore. You will not be. You will not be with everybody with their hands out, It's like, no. There has to be a give and a take. There just has to be. So let's go deeper. Because you're changing so much here. And I love the fact that you have, Pentacles. you have 3 pentacles here, which is a fantastic amount of pentacles. You have 4 wands, which is, 4 wands, which is a fantastic amount of wands. You have emotions coming in, but that makes perfect sense because money is linked to emotions. It's also linked to the mind. And you're working hard to change a mindset, to be a student of a new mindset, a student of a new passion, of a new way to move forward. And the ending is not bad. You might find yourself walking away. With the 8 of Cups, this isn't ending as severe as a divorce. So it can be that you're walking away from an old job. It can be that you're finding your footing after a divorce, or finding your voice during a divorce. And you're sitting there and you're saying, you know what, this is my passion and my power. But you're also finding that you're letting go of what doesn't fit you anymore. You're letting go of what isn't your truth. And so let's go deeper. Sagittarius. Show me more deeply for Sagittarius. August 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Sagittarius. August 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Sagittarius. August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Yeah. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, and 1 bonus. I love that. All right, and let's see here the people who you need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Who are the people Sagittarius needs to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Who are the people Sagittarius has to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. This one? Okay, awesome. So we're starting here with justice. So this can be somebody who is way too concerned with kind of the letter of the law and not the personal emotion of things. So you're kind of not the exact opposite. You do abide by the law, right? But you're more concerned about people, the passion, the feelings, the emotions to things. And this can be a person that comes across very cold. This could be a Libra energy, September 23rd to October 22nd. But this could be justice itself, just being cold and distant and not really feeling as if you got justice from things. This could be, something that just boils down to logic. And you're going to sit there and be like, you've just taken away the whole heart of everything. Like, what's going on here? And this could be a person who's very much like that. It's like just the facts. And that's really going to frustrate you because you're like, it's not just the facts. It's the people, it's the emotion, it's the connection. It's so much more than just the facts. And then we have the Lord, which is very interesting because you have the Emperor in the public arena, okay, really aiding you. And then you have to be mindful of the Lord. This could be a boss. This is somebody who wants things their way, who is very pushy, who is very determined, and who isn't listening. They're just not listening. And if they listened to the way that you saw the big picture, okay, you'd actually really help them, but they're not into that. They're not into listening to anyone right now. They're into micromanaging, and they are into kind of like using bully tactics to get what they want. And then we have the King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this is an air sign energy who is they're just blunt. I mean, they could have really magnificent things to say, but because they don't have really any tact, they just kind of shout it at people, or they cut deep and stuff like that. They hit right at the sore spots. It's like, oh, okay, I get it, but like you could have sent this more nicely, and that's what's really important to you. You're really focused on people and the way they connect with things, Sagittarius. That's something that's very, very, very important for you. So this person, kind of just like and of course, Libra is an air sign energy. So just as the Libra energy is just too blunt, this person's going to be too blunt. And they'll have good things to say. And what's going to get you mad is that if you think about it and you kind of like step back emotionally from the situation and think about it, or like over time, you'll sit there and say, oh, wow, that person did have some really good information, but their approach was just really, really bad. And it was really off-putting for you. So going deeper into your personal self, we have Judgment. We have the King of Swords. So when you have I love that when you have a bad King of Swords, you have a good King of Swords. When you have a bad, Aries energy, a bad emperor. You have a good emperor. And then you have the Page of Wands. It's you as a student, which is awesome. You have the Two of Swords. You have the Fool. And you have the Strength card. So I love that. So this is the Strength card is, of course, a Leo energy, a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. The Lovers, which is a Gemini energy, May 21st to June 20th. Then we have the Hermit, which is a Virgo energy, which is August 23rd to September 22nd. And of course, Leo goes straight into the Virgo time frame. And then we have the Hanged Man. And your bonus card is the Star, Aquarius energy. I see this as the same Aquarius energy who aids you that we have up here as the person who aids you during this time. But this is a sense of looking at your greatest wish, at your greatest desires, and really focusing on what you want, on where you want to be in life. And that's really quite beautiful for you. So we're starting here with Judgment, which is a resurrection of self. There really is a sense of you being resurrected within your passion for work, within your passion for, that spark of what gets you out of bed in the morning. You really do feel your angels calling to you. You really do feel yourself being called to during this time. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And the King of Swords is cutting through doubts and fears. The King of Swords is also the warrior king. So when you have the King of Swords coming in as a negative energy, it can be that they feel like there's too much of a battle going on. They always have to be at war with things. And here it's like, no, you don't always have to be at war with things. This is knowing your mind. This is stepping into your truth. This is, talking things out clearly. This is being clear within yourself. And as you do so, you are passionate, you are powerful, you cut through the doubts and the fears that have been holding you back for so long. And as you do this, you claim your power. The King of Swords is also very willing and very, able, just like the King of Wands, to get out of their chair. They're like, I need to be part of this action. And they like being part of the action. And that's going to be you during this time. It's like you want to be part of the action. Now, with the state of the world, you can be actually a bit frustrated where I can't be in the middle of things. I can't, move things forward the way that I usually do. And so that could be a bit of a frustration when you have your passion and your mind coming forward, where you feel like you could be just kind of atrophying a bit. Your success could be stagnant, and it's not stagnant. There's a new pathway opening up to you. There's a new way in life opening up to you. And that's absolutely going to be a powerful, brilliant part of the way that you move forward. And with the Page of Wands, you're being a student. You're being a student of your ideas. You're being a student of what you want. You're looking at your passion, your creativity, and you're getting messages from your angels and your spirit guides. You're getting messages that guide you forward. And as you do so, you see things as being much more powerful for you. You see yourself as stepping into that power, of stepping into that understanding. And there's a wide-eyedness is what Spirit is showing me. This sense of like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it could be like that. I didn't realize I could move forward that way. I didn't realize that things could connect like this. And it moves you forward powerfully and personally. And it leads you here, as you are this student, to the Two of Swords, which says, I'm looking at things so much differently than before, because I thought there were only two pathways. I thought that there were only two ways of doing things, and now I'm seeing that there aren't. And the pathways are opening up to me beautifully and brilliantly. And because I am not looking at everything, and because I'm not over analyzing everything, because I'm letting some things happen and I'm doing it off of instinct, I'm doing it off of heart and soul and understanding of self, that moves me forward. And as it moves me forward, I become the Fool. And it's not a bad thing to be the Fool at all. Actually, I love that the Fool is in between the King of Swords and the Hermit, because the King of Swords, of course, fools worked for kings, right? And the Hermit didn't say things because they didn't see the world. Like, no, that's wrong. So Spirit is saying, no, that's wrong. It's they didn't say things because they rejected the world. It's not like they didn't see the world the same as everybody else. No, it is actually. So yeah, it is right to say that they didn't see the world the same way. But Spirit is saying they weren't the same as the world. So I guess it's semantics here. And what I'm seeing is that the Fool is saying here, I am transforming into my hero's journey. I am moving forward. But as the Hermit rejected the world, so does the Fool, because the Fool mocks it. It can see the ridiculousness. It's kind of like the king's not wearing any clothes, or the emperor's new clothes, right? It's like he doesn't have new clothes, he's naked. And so you're going to see that here, where you're going to see things, especially emotionally. You're going to sit there and be like, well, that's not, revolutionary. That's not anything. It's naked. It's raw. It's rare. It's vulnerable. And why are we doing that? Why are we moving forward in such profound vulnerability? Because clothing, yes, it's made to, we've used it to make us look pretty, right? But it's also made to protect us in a way that animals are protected by fur. So here, it's like you are moving forward with this powerful understanding and also this powerful sense of protection for self, because you're able to call out what is foolish and what is harmful. And as you do so, people will sit there and say, you're foolish. You just don't understand. It's like, oh no, but I do. I do understand. And because I understand, I'm not going to be held back anymore. And I'm starting my hero's journey. I'm starting on a new, powerful pathway for myself. And it leads you to really embracing your strength. Now, this is a Leo energy, a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. And this is strength through kindness. I mean, the lion does not need to walk next to the girl at all. He just doesn't. He can rip her apart astoundingly easily. But because there is mutual respect there, because there is shared kindness, because there is an embrace of the infinity that we all share, he does. And she walks beside him. And that's going to be very important for you during this time. It's kind of like looking at the intensity of the world, looking at the power of things, and how many, many, many people think, oh, if it's just brute force, I'll be able to get there. And they forget that all living things deserve kindness and understanding. And as you move forward with that compassion, you're going to open doors for yourself when it comes to your career. Because Leo energy coupled with, if I could finish a sentence, Leo energy in Sagittarius energy, and you have Aries energy in Sagittarius energy. You have all the fire signs shown here, right? We have them all showing up. This is power. This is true power. This is force. This is determination. This is fire. This is, this is heightened emotion, heightened understanding, really connecting with the passion that guides you. And as this happens, you're embracing what you love. You're embracing what you love from life. You're embracing what you desire. You're embracing a beauty and an understanding and a brilliance. And it is moving you in a direction that really gives you wings, that has you balancing in on yourself, that has you looking at things so much more truthfully. Now, this is a Gemini energy, a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. It can be there's a lot of duality going on, and that's where the Two of Pentacles can come in. You're trying to balance a lot because you're very interested in a lot, and that makes perfect sense. But here, it's also this sense of, yes, there's a duality to me, but I have to embrace the heart chakra of love to move me forward, to heal me, to embrace what I am and who I am and where it is that I want to be in life. And as I do so, I turn inward. I don't need the chaos of the world. And I love that you're going deeper, okay, in your public line. It's astoundingly personal. It's all major arcana. So in the public arena, right, this is going to be a very intense time for you. Be aware of that. It's going to be a time where you're looking at what you love. You're looking at what you desire. You're turning inward. You're letting that light guide you. You're letting your passion move you forward. And you're seeing things differently from everybody else. And you know what? With the Hermit coming forward, it's like, I don't care. I don't care that I don't see things the same way that you do. I see things the way that is right for me. And as the Hermit's light guides you forward, okay, this is a Virgo energy. This is a time frame August 23rd to September 22nd. You step into the power that you want. And you have all of August covered, in this reading with Leo and with Virgo. You see yourself moving forward in the light that guides. You see yourself seeing things differently than everybody else. And it embraces your soul's wish, your desires, your heart, your soul, yourself. The waters run deep. And you are embracing the depth of them. And as you do so, you are starting to look up at the highest form of perfection. Now, for man, ancient man, of course, that was always the stars. And even now, if you're just sitting there on a nice dark night, and you look up and you see the stars, they can take the breath away. Every single time I walk outside and I see the stars, it takes my breath away. And that's going to be it. And it's kind of like, look for the daily miracles. Look for the beauty that's all around us, that we take for granted, that we sit there and say, oh, they'll always be there. You know? Stop and honor it now. Show it your respect, your kindness. And it'll show you that same respect, that same kindness, that same wonderment in our lives. And that's what you're really embracing during this time. And of course, Aquarius energy is January 20th to February 18th. Now let's go deeper here. Well, not deeper, but let's see what your spirit guide animal has to say. So yes, that is deeper. Aquarius, August 2020, money and career. 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 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. These two. So we have the Badger spirit, which says, be fearless and bold. And this is really you during this time, needing to be reminded to be fearless and be bold, because you are fearless, you are bold. And you might say, Dane, I am afraid of everything. And I would say, me too. But know that you will not get to where it is that you want to be if you let fear rule over you. And this is you moving forward. And this is you remembering to be bold and to be brave for yourself, for what you desire from life. And then this leads you to the Mouse spirit. So as you are being fearless and being bold, you need to also tend to the small things. So often we forget the small things. We like grand gestures. We like big things. We like everything that the neighbors can see and ooh and ah over. No. Be connected to the small things. Be connected to the things that make an impactful difference in somebody's heart, because they're the things most people overlook. So make sure that you embrace the small things, also for yourself. It's just not for others. It's like, instead of having big grand gestures, you would like gestures more of the heart. More that, people would sit there and say, well, that's so tiny. Like, what would that do for you? What does that show for? And it's like, it shows for everything. Because it was something that I needed and that this person saw. And they could have overlooked it, but they didn't. Now, your subconscious message for this time, for your spirit animal, is the squirrel spirit, which is absolutely one of my favorites. It says, believe in yourself. And you have some of my favorite cards. Yeah, you do, because the only other favorite that I have is the skunk spirit, which says, know your worth. So here, believe in yourself. And to believe in yourself, you need to know your worth. See what you're planting. See what you're planting and acknowledge it. Take power from it. And then your subconscious person message is the Queen of Wands. I love that. I love that because you have the King of Wands showing up in the main reading, and now you have the Queen of Wands. And this is knowing your passion, knowing your power, knowing your determination. This is you. Embracing the masculine and feminine aspects of yourself. Embracing the power of what you want to develop. And as you do so, knowing that there is so much more out there for you than you had ever realized. This is you being hands-on. This is you going after it. This is you embracing it. And, you have the little cat right down here. So it's secrets that you never thought of. Things that you had once overlooked. Now really becoming part of you. It's also embracing that magic within, which is the God's head within you. And remembering that magic, remembering that power. This leads you to the throat chakra, to listening. Listen to what you desire. Listen to the angels around you, your spirit guides, divinity. Listen to yourself. Listen to your passion. Listen to those that you love. Listen to what people are really saying instead of what we think they're saying. Listen. Listen, and you will be very surprised. This then leads you to the subconscious tarot message, which starts with the Queen of Wands. I love that. I love that you have her as a subconscious person. Now you have the King and Queen from the same suit, in the same reading, okay? And that I love, because that's a soulmate connection. Now it can be that during this time, when it comes to work, you meet your soulmate, okay? You can meet somebody at work. Well, probably that's much more difficult during these times, but it can be that you start to talk to somebody and there's a spark there. But it can also be that you meet somebody who gets you. You sit there and you're like, wow, this person gets me. This person sees me. This person understands, and it's exciting. A soulmate for me does not have to mean a romantic partner. And sometimes with a soulmate, we have to be mindful because this is somebody our soul knows. And so we're going to feel like, wow, I've known you forever. And those people can sometimes take advantage of that because they're going to be like, oh, wow, that person really trusts me and they shouldn't. And I know that, but they don't. So here you have this connection coming forward with your passion, with your understanding, with what you desire in life. And as you do so, you move forward determinedly. You move forward, decisively. And if you really focus this energy and really focus on you and what you want and where it is that you want to be, you're going to see doors opening that once felt shut. You're going to see yourself moving forward in a way and in a confidence that you didn't think could be a part of you, but it absolutely is. A new dawn comes. Again, you're embracing that magic within with that little black cat right there. And as you do so, you see yourself transformed. And to go deeper into this, we have here the Magician. You find yourself embracing your magic. You find yourself embracing what you truly desire and where it is that you truly want to be. There's something beautiful that comes forward. There's something magical that comes forward. And that is the passion of you. That is the power of you. And as you embrace this, you cut through doubts and fears. You know what you stand for. You see that as above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. And you also see that you have everything that you need to achieve something that once felt insurmountable. It's not insurmountable anymore. You have tremendous power. Embrace it. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. And let's end with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a rising of our own positive energy, and moving forward in peace, happiness, and contentment within ourselves, a sense of well-being. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you,